Most people never discover this rare mindset, but the ones who do, their spiritual life changes forever. Millions of people spend their entire lives searching for peace, searching for purpose, searching for some hidden truth that explains why their heart never feels truly complete. But only a few discover a rare mindset, a mindset so powerful that it can silently lift a person from spiritual confusion to spiritual clarity, from weakness to strength, from fear to deep, unshakable faith. This is not a mindset found in books, not taught in schools, not learned from society. This is a mindset that grows inside a person when they finally decide to rise, to awaken, and to trust the path God has placed before them. Today, you and I will explore that rare mindset, the mindset that elevates your spiritual life. We will explore the two pillars that hold this mindset together: fear of God and trust in God. And by the time this video ends, your heart will know something your mind has been searching for your entire life. Part 1. Why most people feel spiritually lost. Let's begin with something simple yet deeply ignored. People don't feel lost because life is hard. People feel lost because life feels empty. We live in a world filled with noise, distractions everywhere, voices pulling us in every direction. Everyone is chasing something: success, fame, validation, money, attention. But deep inside the human heart, there is a quiet space that refuses to be distracted, a space that whispers one truth: your soul belongs to God, and your peace depends on your connection with Him. Yet, most people do not understand this. They try to fill that inner emptiness with everything: relationships, addictions, entertainment, endless scrolling. But the emptiness remains. Why? Because spiritual emptiness cannot be filled with material things. Spiritual pain cannot be healed by physical pleasures. Spiritual confusion cannot be solved by worldly logic. Every human being is born with a spiritual hunger, a need to feel connected, a need to feel guided, a need to feel held by something greater. But society tells us the opposite. Be independent, be self-made. You don't need God. And the more we listen, the more we disconnect from the one who created us. This disconnect creates anxiety. It creates fear. It creates a life where the mind is restless and the heart is loud with emptiness. The truth is, every human heart knows God, but not every mind accepts Him. Every soul feels God, but not every ego bows to Him. This is why millions feel spiritually tired, not because God is far from them, but because they are far from God. Part 2. The rare mindset. So what is this rare mindset? It is the mindset of living with fear of God and trust in God at the same time. Two forces. One keeps you humble, grounded, and obedient. The other lifts you, strengthens you, and fills you with courage. Let's explore both deeply. 1. Fear of God, the fear that sets you free. Fear of God does not mean being terrified. It does not mean hiding. It does not mean thinking God wants to punish you. No. Fear of God means fear of losing God's guidance, fear of hurting your own soul, fear of walking away from the path meant for you. It means your heart becomes sensitive. You start thinking before speaking. You start observing before acting. You stop living carelessly. This fear disciplines you. It softens your heart. It makes you humble. It protects you from arrogance. When people fear losing God, they naturally become more patient, more sincere, more grateful. Fear of God brings discipline, humility, responsibility, inner truth, strength to avoid wrong, power to choose right. And here's the beautiful part. Fear of God is the only fear that removes all other fears. When you fear God, you stop fearing people, stop fearing failure, stop fearing the future, stop fearing judgment, stop fearing loss. Because your heart whispers, "If God is with me, nothing can break me." 2. Trust in God. The trust that heals everything. Trust in God is not blind. It is not passive. It is not laziness. Trust in God means this: I will do my best, and whatever happens next is exactly what God wrote for me. This trust removes anxiety because your heart learns you don't control everything. You don't need to understand everything. You aren't supposed to carry every burden alone. You don't need answers right now. God's timing is always perfect. Trust in God brings peace. It brings clarity. It brings patience. It brings hope. When you trust God, disappointments don't destroy you anymore, because you know something better is being prepared for you. When you trust God, heartbreaks don't break your soul, because every ending is the beginning of something greater. When you trust God, you don't panic about the future, because the one who holds your future never makes mistakes. Trust in God is the cure for overthinking, for anxiety, for inner chaos. When fear of God and trust in God come together, this is the rare mindset. The combination is rare because most people swing to extremes. Some only fear God, but don't trust Him. This creates guilt and imbalance. Some only trust God, but do not fear Him. This creates carelessness. But the spiritually elevated mindset has both: fear that keeps the soul grounded, and trust that helps it rise. This balance creates an unshakable person, a person who is calm under pressure, strong during storms, grateful during blessings, patient during waiting, stable during chaos. This is the mindset that elevates your spiritual life. Every pain becomes growth. Part 3. How this mindset changes your life. When you live with fear of God and trust in God, your entire life transforms. Your heart becomes peaceful. You stop overthinking. You stop chasing everything. You stop needing validation. Your mind quiets down. You begin to feel God's presence, even in silence. You stop reacting. You start understanding. Small things don't irritate you anymore. You understand people better. You forgive easier. You let go faster. Because your soul is no longer controlled by ego. You become emotionally stronger. Your feelings no longer control you. Pain doesn't break you. Loss doesn't destroy you. You understand that everything in life is temporary except your relationship with God. You begin to make better decisions. You stop doing things that harm your soul. You stop chasing shortcuts. Your priorities shift. You choose patience over pressure. You choose honesty over easy lies. You choose sincerity over shortcuts. You develop real confidence. Not the confidence that comes from money, looks, or achievements. Real confidence. The one that comes from knowing that God is guiding you. A person who is guided by God walks differently, speaks differently, lives differently. You start seeing challenges as blessings. Life doesn't burden you anymore. Every difficulty becomes a lesson. Every delay becomes protection. This is the mindset that turns suffering into strength and waiting into wisdom. Your spiritual life rises. You feel connected. You feel guided. You feel protected. You feel loved. You start feeling God in your heart in a way you never felt before. This is elevation. This is spiritual rise. This is the mindset you were always searching for. Part 4. How to develop this rare mindset. Let's make it practical. Step 1. Quiet your heart. Sit in silence for a few minutes daily. Disconnect from the world. Reconnect with God. Step 2. Remind yourself, God is watching me. This is fear of God. It softens your actions, makes you careful with your words, makes you humble. Step 3. Say daily, I trust God's plan for me. This rewires your mind. It reduces anxiety. It strengthens faith. Step 4. Let go of what you can't control. Release old memories. Release old fears. Release old regrets. Trust that God is preparing something greater. Step 5. Choose gratitude. Gratitude changes the vibration of your soul. It attracts blessings. It brings peace. Step 6. Be sincere in everything you do. God responds to sincerity more than perfection. Step 7. Walk with humility. Humility brings divine help. Arrogance blocks spiritual growth. Step 8. Make your heart stronger than your ego. Your ego wants control. Your heart wants God. Always choose the heart. Part 5. Final message. This world is temporary. This life is short. But your soul is eternal. The rare mindset, fear of God plus trust in God, is the bridge between this short life and your eternal peace. Adopt this mindset and watch how your heart becomes lighter, how your mind becomes clearer, how your life becomes deeper, how your spirit becomes stronger, how your connection with God becomes unbreakable. This is the mindset that elevates your spiritual life. This is the mindset that unlocks your inner peace. This is the mindset that reshapes your destiny. And today, you have taken the first step toward it.